God, I hate this planet. You definitely know I couldn't leave this movie behind. In this video, we're gonna be talking about one of the, I could say maybe worst movies of 2024. I don't know why 2024 has a run with the worst movies ever. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Borderlands 2024, and this is not a good review. If you're waiting for anything good here, go away. I'm just gonna say that now. Go away. There are gonna be spoilers too. Okay, some spoilers, but it's a shit movie. I don't know what the hell you should be complaining about spoilers. I don't even want you to watch this, but I watched it and I want you guys to enjoy my suffering for the next, I don't know how many minutes, but for the next minutes that you're gonna hear me complain about this. So welcome to my video. And if you're new here, welcome to the Amigo clan. You're always welcome. And thank you for getting me to 61 subscribers and 150 views. I mean, that's something. Now we just gotta get to 100 subscribers, you know? Anyway, just let's talk about this shit ass movie. You know, you can't record something and not mention it for not being good. I mean, this movie struggles at being good, but you cannot live that out. So we're gonna go and talk about the good things we see in this movie. And this section is gonna be really small. So if you're expecting anything, just count yourself out. No, this was a shit movie. So for the good things, I only have two things to talk about. Two things. And I emphasize again, two things. So the two things are really simple. I know, when you look at the casting of the movie, you kind of wonder, like, what was going on there? Why did they choose those people? But for some reason, and I'll say this in like the best way possible, for some reason, I enjoy the fact that they chose that cast. Because that cast, it's amazing. They actually made the movie watchable. There's nothing else there to make the movie watchable. The cast do a good job. The cast make the movie watchable, and it's like, this is actually something. Because I was watching it with my girlfriend, and when I was watching it, you know, I'd already watched it, and I'm like a very big critic. And being a critic, you know, I can just, everything I see is shit. Okay, not shit, but the movie was shit. So everything I see or saw from that movie was garbage, caca, shit. But my girlfriend watched it, and I don't think we actually finished the movie, but she actually enjoyed the movie. She actually felt like, you know, she wasn't understanding 90% of what was going on, but she actually enjoyed the movie because of how good the cast made it feel. Before I thought of recording this part, I was like, bro, she actually found them interesting. And then I took a different look on it. And to be honest, yeah, the casting, perfect. I mean, they do have some flaws, which we're gonna talk about later. The casting wasn't really that bad. It wasn't. They made the movie work to a sense. But apart from that, now we go to the second thing. The comedic timing of the movie. The comedic timing of the movie was kinda okay. They don't have that many, I wouldn't say that, like, the jokes are not that funny, but sometimes it would actually make you wanna laugh. And believe you me, I laughed a little bit, I might admit it, but it took a lot. But the movie, those two things, perfection. And now we go to the section that I wanna talk about, because this movie was absolute trash. Now leave this behind. If you now are thinking of watching the movie because of what I said, just forget about it. Now we go to the actual shit that made this movie whatever the fuck it was. because this movie was actual garbage. Like, what the fuck, man? Finally, we are going to talk about the one movie that just made this year, whatever this year was. I mean, 2024. And I repeat again, 2024 must have been, I don't know what God was cooking with this year, because it's just crazy. And with everything that's happening, from the Drake beef to movies just flopping back to back to back to back to back, they gave us one of the best flops I have ever seen in my entire life. Ever. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Borderlands. Borderlands. This movie was just hectic. I mean, in every single way possible. I mean, I tried looking for everything good I could find. And that's why the first section, I only talk about two things, because this movie was everywhere with everything. I mean, they had a really good stacked cast, and they really milked the cast for everything, because those people gave such a performance that they made the movie kind of bearable. But everything else apart from this movie is just bad. I mean, quoting Moist Critical.
The Borderlands movie is finally out, and Jiminy Christmas, it's atrocious.
Like, this movie is just bad. From every, I can't even, I don't know where to start explaining things, because if I go down to the script is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Every line told in that movie, I mean, sometimes you'd wonder, like, what were they thinking? Like, this sounds perfect to you, what? And sometimes some lines were done, like, you see, after the movie was already shot and everything, they kind of just re-recorded the lines, and you could clearly see that the mouth isn't even moving. And there's this one scene, it's not even they're talking, but there's this one scene where they get to open like a latch that's on the ground, and you could see some extra's hand just helping them open. How did that? Past production. This movie is one of the most. The budget was 110 to 120 million, according to Google. I am talking all this from stuff I'm just taking from Google. So 110 to 120 million, right? They got around 33 million on the box office. 33 million. I mean, if you do the math of that, I'm not gonna do the math, but if you do the math, that just doesn't sound right. They're not even halfway. And then another thing that just baffled me was, one, I don't know if this story is true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, I'm just collecting stuff from the internet. But I heard that one of the directors or one of the people involved in this movie changed their actual name and used an alias name for that movie, so that you know how bad it was. In every single aspect, you just know how bad it was. I don't really know the exact story of what happened. I don't really know. I mean, I could say I've done so much research and blah blah blah, but I can't say I really do know. But the movie feels like it passed so many like rewrites on the script, and just everything was a mess. It feels like they started recording it, had an idea, and when things started going south, everything went south. Because if there's one thing that I do appreciate about this movie, and I'll keep on repeating it so that it just seems like I actually care, is the cast. I mean, the cast does seem, we're gonna get to that later, but the cast, they do have a bit of problems, okay? The way they chose them is a bit problematic, but they again and again and again and again made the movie watchable, and that's it. I mean, if you are a Borderlands fanatic, if you've played the games, if you've like done all that, I haven't played the games. I'm a gamer myself, but I haven't played the Borderlands games, and don't come at me saying, why you don't know? No, I just haven't played the games. I mean, give me a break. But the games have the characters in the games, you know, certain ages, certain this and this and that. And when you look at the cast that they chose with the characters from the game itself, they're the complete opposite. Everything. Kevin Hart is supposed to be some tall guy. What is Kevin Hart? I'm not even gonna mention him. I'm just gonna put their pictures over here. We have Lilith. I don't have to talk. I'll just put their pictures over here. And the only person they kind of got right was Tiny Tina. Yeah, that was the only person they got it right. Like every other person. I mean, we did get to see cleavage. I mean, they kind of got that right too, I guess. Yeah, we got to see cleavage. So I'll give that, I should add that to the good things about this movie. So this movie was so bad. If you watch Penguino's video on the movie, they just, I mean, they say it so well. Like the movie was just heart-wrenching. If you slept during this movie, you actually did yourself a favor, because it's the worst 1 hour and 40 minutes of your life. I don't even know. It's just bad. It's terrible. I mean, if you have a small... I might be talking from a perspective where I'm looking like trying to analyze things, but even if you have a small head, a small brain, this movie is just bad. It does nothing well. Like, you see, I don't even... You know, the two people I watched their videos, who I enjoy watching their videos about, like them talking about movies and kind of like derived what I had to say about the movie from them. The first person is Philmento. Philmento goes like really into detail with what they did wrong and what they did, like what they tried doing this and this and this and this. And he explained it really well. And also, there's this other guy. He does like honest trailer videos. That was just perfect. Perfect. I mean, if you're watching my video, I feel like you should have watched that video and that other video, and not because they have many, like way more subscribers than I do or way more viewers. You should watch mine and add the subscribers and viewers. Yay! But you should watch their videos, because I mean, they just do justice explaining how shit this movie was. Everything from every side, like, oh my god. Borderlands 2024. In all honesty, as a person who's just, you know, like kindly reviewing this movie, I'm not like a serious analytic. This movie was just the worst thing I have ever seen in 2024. I mean, there are the many movies that are there that are just bad, but on God, I give Borderlands the award for the worst movie in 2024. That's it. This is just... I mean, the year is not over. Maybe there's gonna be one other movie that's just gonna make everything bad. Apart from Joker. Joker was just another joke. I mean, but anyway, we're not talking about Joker. Borderlands 2024 was the worst movie I have ever watched. Honestly. With my 19 years of age, that was the worst movie I've ever watched. I do not care what anyone says. I don't know. I mean, there are other bad movies, but for this year, with all the time they had, because Borderlands as itself, as a game franchise, has a good story. It has something you could build on, something that's just fantastic. And what did they do? Whatever the... So, Borderlands 2024, I advise you, as a small, not known, but maybe later or sooner, well-known YouTuber, don't watch that movie. Please, just don't watch that movie. I beg you, don't watch it. I beg you, don't watch it. And if you want to watch it, well, I don't know, maybe you should go see a doctor. Yeah, so I'm just gonna end my yapping over here. So, Borderlands 2024, worst movie I've ever seen. Have I said anything that makes sense during all this time? Maybe, maybe not. If you want to take my advice, you should probably take my advice, because everyone says this movie is garbage. But if you don't want to take my advice, there's so many videos about people talking about this movie and none of them is good. None of them. I tried so much finding the substance that would be good for this movie, but there's nothing. So yeah, I'm gone, man. I'm gone. This is it. I am gone. Don't watch that movie. And that's it.
Alright people, I'm doing the outro, so like and subscribe this video right now, or you never know, I might be under your bed tonight. Other than that, suss out your best friend Ashley's last video and give it a like too, or...
Wait.